Welcome back to Mechanics and Control of Robotic Manipulator. This particular lecture is going to be a very long lecture, so I'll be trying to make it part 1 and part 2 because this is going to be start talking about a dynamic aspect, and we will be seeing what is motion dynamics and how we can derive the you call equation of motion with the two different methods. So or two different popular methods. So one would be actually like based on energy, the other one is actually like based on simple you call balancing, or you call static equilibrium condition or equilibrium base. So these are the two methods we are going to see in this particular course, which is going to be covered in this. So before going to cover here, again I am trying to insist. So here we are going to talk about everything is such a rigid body. In real it may not be rigid body, but more or less if you see this point to this point during the run, it need not to be get changed, right? So in the sense, theoretically you can say these two are actually like end to end point are actually like not going to change. So we are going to maintain rigid body dynamics throughout this course. So that is what first you call assumption, or you can say the note which we are taking forward for this course. So with that we can actually like go forward. So as usual, so I'm just giving a disclaimer. Although I'm not using any external material in this particular, you can say, lecture, still I'm just keeping it for simplicity and as well as for better understanding. So as I told, this particular lecture would be a little longer because you can see there is 110 slides. But what we are trying to see here is actually like a robot motion dynamics, in specific the equations of motion are simply called EOM. So this is what we are trying to derive for a given you call serial manipulator. So for that we are just introducing what is dynamics and how that is actually like useful in robots or robotic manipulator design, and then what are the classification, in the sense the robot dynamics can be classified as usual like what we did in geometrical model or differential kinematics. Here also it would become in two different, but this is slightly different way of classifying. Then we would be seeing there are several formulation methods are available, but we are going to see two popular method. In the first half I would be talking about Euler-Lagrange or Lagrangian-Euler or Lagrangian method. The second half we would be, in the sense part 2, we are going to see the Newton-Euler method. So let us go into the course. So you can see that robot dynamics means what? So dynamics itself is actually like a study of system that undergo changes of state as time involves. In the sense, dynamic system means you can say system change with respect to time. That is what you mean to say, right? So in the sense, mechanical systems such as robots, what we are trying to say, that is change of states involve motion. In the sense, so we are trying to see this change of states in the sense undergo motion, right? So system motion. So system motion as time evolves, that is what we are going to call dynamics. That is the very simple definition of physics, or you can say simple definition of dynamics with respect to physics. So but we have seen that dynamics is actually like classified into two, that we have seen. One is actually like kinematics, where we are not bothering about the cause of motion or the input and inertia, but here we are going to talk about the kinetics, where you would be talking about the inertial aspect and as well as the force inputs. But in general, what you call so dynamics is classified into two, but in robotics we further classify kinematics and kinetics. Why it is so? Because the dynamics is involved study of motion with respect to, you can say, change of, you can say, inputs, or you can say with respect to cause of motion. In the sense, you can see that when I derive the equation would be consist of one side the motion variable. So in the sense, the motion variable we can obtain with respect to kinematics. So in the sense, this dynamics is actually like although we are going to talk about only kinetics, but the kinetics is involved the kinematic aspect. So that's why in mechanisms and as well as in robotics, we just simply call dynamics means that is study of motion with respect to, you can say, cause of motion. So that is what we are actually like put it here. You can see that so dynamics is the science of motion, but it describes why and how the motion occurs when forces and moments are applied on massive bodies. Since dynamic system very general in robot dynamic system, in the sense it is set of body, and we are trying to see the motion variable with respect to, you can say, the change of motion with respect to force and moments which are applied to those bodies. So in the sense, what we are trying to see, the evolution of position, orientation and their time derivative, that is what we are seeing. This is what nothing but kinematics, but this is with respect to what you can see the motion occurs when forces and moments are applied along with initial, you can say, aspect we are considering. So in the sense, what we are seeing that the dynamic motion of manipulator, that is what we are going to see, that is going to be used for the basic, you can say, control aspect. And further, I just wanted to give one simple example. For example, you see a simple pendulum. So now the simple pendulum I am calling as a single link manipulator. This link manipulator is having a payload. You imagine this is a payload. So now this link cross section, how I can decide, and how I can actually like decide the input torque. Okay, so and how I can actually like associated this joint with respect to this ground, and how I can actually like fix this you call bearing along with the you can say fixes, how I can actually fix it with the ground or the base joint. So these are actually like basically certain questions, right? So if you recall your physics, what you see, so the reaction force and the moment you will get it, so that you can see that what would be the shaking, in the sense whatever the force transmitted to the base joint, that you can actually get, and what's supposed to be located, and what accessories or what fasteners you are fixing, then you will actually like transfer, then you will design the fasteners, right, and design the, you call, coupling, and design the bearings on top. Similarly, this cross section, you will see the what you call the constant force, and you can see whatever it is passing through and whatever moment it is actually going to get generated. In the sense, you can see the detailed design aspect you will be seeing. But for this, all the background, you need to have like individual joint force and individual joint forces, or you can say link forces and link moments, and as well as joint moments are required. So that is what we are trying to see. For that, I'm actually like saying that the equation of motion. So here what we are trying to see, the study of motion, or you can see the motion variable one side, and you can see the input variable the other side. So in the sense, I'm just giving, so the Newton equation, what it says, the sigma F equal to ma. So in the sense, or you can write D'Alembert's principle, so sigma F minus ma equal to 0, right? So what here, this F is actually like, you can say, input force and the dissipative force, and even I assume that this is having a restoring, then the restoring forces are all coming, that is equivalent to the initial force, that is supposed to be this way. So now I assume that this is a simple mass and it is associated with a spring, and this is associated with a simple, you can say, frictional you can say damper, and I assume that this is actually like moving on a frictionless surface. So now if I apply a force F, the displacement I call x. So now what you can see here, this would be getting into a, you can say, restoring force. So that is actually like, I assume k, so the kx would happen opposite to the F, and you can see this is B. So there is a viscous force that is actually like acting opposite to the input force, or opposite to the, or you can say, a displacement. So that is you can call Bx dot. So in the sense, x dot also will generate here, and x double dot also will be generated. So in the sense, what would be the initial effect? So the initial effect is actually like just opposite to the, you can say, acceleration, and then it is actually like mass into acceleration. So this is what you can see, right? M into x dot. So if x double dot. So if that is the case, you can see the F is equivalent to m x double dot plus bx dot plus kx. So you can rewrite that as function of x dot and x double dot. So this is what we have written here in general, you can see. So one side is your input force, the other side is actually like your motion variables. So this is what we are actually like calling as equation of motion, that we can rewrite in general what we have written already, mx double dot plus, so bx dot plus kx I am writing as this. So then you can see that the F, I can write this. So the same way I can write a general body, or you can say robotic system, where the initial values, or you call inertia. So the inertia matrix multiply with the acceleration vector, that is equivalent to mx double dot, and the remaining all I am actually like bringing it as a single vector, so which is equivalent to bx dot plus kx in the mass spring damper system. So now you can see that this is actually like tau. So in that sense, what we are trying to see here, the tau is your input, in the sense I am taking a you can say this is what your link. So this link is attached with the one big motor. Now what I'm doing, I'm actually like fixing this motor and I'm actually like giving a torque tau. So what will happen to the, you can say, link? That is what I'm trying to see. So in the sense, I'm actually like seeing that if I give input, so what will happen to the, so q double dot and q dot, right? So this is actually like one step. So the other step is actually like I say that I'm just showing in the top view. So this is the pendulum. So I'm saying that this is what my q desired, and q desired dot is 0 and q desired double dot is actually like 0. So what I have to see, so this is what the, you can say, mass, and this is the length. I have to see what would be the torque supposed to be provided at this point so that it would maintain. In the sense, tau is actually like what you are trying to see. So m of q desired into q desired double dot plus n of q desired comma q desired dot. So these kind of two, you can say, stages have come. In the sense, what you are trying to map, so you are trying to map something like, you can say, input. So I'm just calling this is cos or causes. So the other one is actually like, you can see, the motion, so which is I'm calling like reactions. Okay, so this is actually like I call action and this is reaction. So we are trying to see the mapping. So what would be the, you can say, reactions happening if I actually like give some action. In the sense, I connect actuator and give input, what will happen to the motion. So this is actually like one kind of mapping, or the other way around. I want this particular reaction, what's supposed to be given as the input, in the sense action. So this is what we are trying to see. So this all actually like definitely required for designing the individual component and as well as design the controller. And even further, if you go for a mobile robot, then you will be using for navigational, or you can say guidance systems and all. So in the sense, what we are trying to say that, so this particular equation of motion is important for design, analysis, and as well as control of this particular system. This is what we are trying to see. As I already mentioned, the mapping can be done. So for right now, I am saying that the tau is actually like known. In the sense, the input, you can say, the known, and I am trying to see what would happen. In the sense, I am actually like seeing that there is a football here. Okay, so I am actually saying that football is here and I am actually like kicking and I am seeing that how the ball is moving. So in the sense, now I am actually like keeping this, there is a rod and I am actually like keeping it, this rod is actually like rotated like this way, so swinging. So the swinging is actually like I am realized. So I am seeing that what torque I have given, and the ball is located in the same place, how it is actually like moved and what the profile is gate. So in the sense, what I'm trying to see, so I'm giving the force and I'm seeing what is the motion variable or how the motion is happening. So this is straightforward, because what you are giving, you are actually like giving the action and you are trying to see the reactions, right? So that is what we are saying. This is actually like forward dynamics. So if you rewrite the equation, what equation you have given, so this is what you have got it, right? So for understanding, so I am writing this m of q double dot plus n of q comma q dot equal to tau. I am rewriting that. I am looking that the second order derivative, which is nothing but the acceleration I want to know. So what I am trying to do, so I am trying to do this. So tau minus n of q comma q dot. So now I can actually like use any numerical integration and then I can try to solve this equation, right? So in the sense, what I am seeing, I am giving the input and I know the initial condition, so I can actually like substitute and I can see what would be the propagation. So now this is what I'm trying to do in real time. You can actually like easily visualize what is your, you can say, q profile and q dot profile and q double dot profile. But if we are doing in a mathematical way, so I can actually like rewrite that into my acceleration equation, then I can numerically integrate, right? So that is what we are saying. This is what we are doing it. In the sense, what we are trying to do, you are trying to take the real system and apply the input and seeing what happened in the output, or in the sense, the motion. So this is what nothing but performance, or you can say analysis. So in the sense, you can see in real time, this is just nothing but analysis. If you are doing in mathematical or numerically, that is nothing but a simulation. So in the sense, if I give this equation, I am trying to do this. So what you are trying to do, you are mathematically simulating the system, or physically you are analyzing the system, right? So now why we are rewriting? Because so you can see that I am writing in a general way. So mx double dot plus bx dot plus kx equal to f, because I assume that this is you have studied in your undergraduate. So what I am trying to see, if I write this equation like this, So F by m minus B by m, you can say dx by dt minus K by m, you can say x. So now what we can see, this is an ordinary differential equation, that too in this case it's a linear ordinary differential equation. So if I know the initial condition, I can solve, right? So that is what the condition for solving ordinary differential equation. So if I know the initial condition, if I know the input and all the geometrical variable b, x, k are known, I can actually like see what would be the propagation, right? So there are several ways of doing even numerically. So I can use simple Euler method or Runge-Kutta, or you can say several other methods are there. So but what we can see that we are trying to integrate this. So in order to integrate this equation, what we have to do, we have to derive this. So now what I will get, A I will get. So if I integrate, what I will get, V, and further I integrate V, what I will get the displacement, which is nothing but X or displacement. So that is what we are trying to do. So since it's a second order system, so I am actually like double integrate this, what I will get the Q. So if I integrate 1, so that would give, you can say, Q dot, right? So this is what we are trying to do. So in the sense, double integrate this. So I'll just show that. So this is Q dot, and Q dot integration will give Q. So this is what I'm actually like doing it. So and I'm actually like trying to take that as a forward. So now this is what nothing but a forward dynamics. Now whereas actually like I have everything is Q desired dot, Q desired double dot, all there. In the sense, I know what would be my desired position, velocity and acceleration. So what I am trying to do, I am trying to do this. So I am substituting this m of Q desired. So Q desired double dot and plus n of Q desired minus Q desired dot. So in the sense, what I am trying to do, I know this is the desired value. I am actually like seeing that what action, if I give this particular reaction, I will get it. In the sense, I know, or you can say for given trajectory vectors, find the required input vector. In the sense, what we are trying to do, so I am actually like keeping this is what my desired, and I am trying to see what I can give. So in the sense, I am trying to find tau. This is more or less actually like you can see like a feed forward, and what feed forward, it is nothing but control. So in the sense, what we are trying to do, we are trying to control the manipulator. That is what the problem of inverse dynamics. In the sense, it's a simple problem of controlling manipulator. Whereas the forward dynamics is actually like problem of simulating or analyzing the manipulator. So now we will actually like go forward. So what that means, actually like this formulation is done with several of methods are possible. So one popular method is actually like even what you call you can say Canay's method, or you can see simple what you call you can say generalization based on constraint equation, which is what you call Lagrangian first kind method. That is we are not seeing here. And similarly, for example, Professor Saha has given his own method, which is we call you can say a Denock method. But here in this particular course, we are going to see two popular methods. So one is actually like based on what you call you can say energy, so which is nothing but Euler-Lagrange. So where the Euler equation are actually like Euler equation given for energy or momentum equation. So that equation modified as you can say further. So the Lagrange has come. So then the Lagrangian has actually Lagrange has give that. So that is what we call Lagrangian. So simply some people call, since it's based on this particular scalar, so people call even Lagrangian method. But it is basically evolved by Lagrange, you can say Euler energy method, Euler and energy method. That is Lagrange has given. So it is called Euler-Lagrange or Lagrangian Euler method. Okay. So that is based on energy. So there is another method, you know, like it is something like called equilibrium method. So where you can see that Newton have given you can say Newton you can say motion equations, or you call Newton motions law. In that Newton's second law you are known. So which is mathematically you can write F equal to sigma, F equal to ma. Whereas the same thing evolved as the Euler axiom. So in the sense sigma tau, or you can say sigma t, is actually like you can write so I alpha plus omega cross I omega, right? So these all actually like you call Newton and Euler axiom. So we can use this for the equilibrium, in the sense sigma f equal to 0 and sigma m equal to 0, that we can actually like use and we can actually like get it. So this is nothing but Newton-Euler method. So whereas since it is a multiple of body, so you would be using actually like several of iterative stage, in the sense you will go for the velocity and acceleration propagation from the base to end, and then you will come back from the end effector force to the base force. So this is actually like forward propagation and backward propagation, in the sense you will actually like go iterative, in the sense where you start I equal to 0 to I equal to n. So that is what you call iterative. So that's why people call this is recursive or iterative method. So these are the two methods, and Euler-Lagrange is very simple as long it is actually serial manipulator and symmetry. But what actually like will give Euler-Lagrangian will give based on the you call rigid body dynamics. So in the sense it is actually like very restricted. So the friction or the forces which are actually like happening on the link, that directly you cannot accommodate, in the sense. So what you can do, you can write everything as sigma f and sigma m, and then you have to incorporate. Second thing, this is what we call Euler-Lagrange or Lagrange-Euler, or some people call Lagrangian. And this is in multi-body dynamics, we call this is Lagrangian second kind. What that mean? This will give only relation between the motion variables. So in the sense, so the equation of motion only will be obtained, not all, you can say 3-axis moment and 3-axis forces will not give. Okay, so this will give only, for example, if it is a DH parameter or Dynavit-Altenburg method, if we apply, then the particular joint axis only would be giving the force or torque relation. Whereas the Newton-Euler is not like that. This is actually like moment and force approach, which is actually like you can see it's something like a balance, or you call equilibrium method. This is actually like based on Newton's law and as well as Euler axiom. This is very efficient and specific if you are using a computational base, in the sense you are using a computer for deriving it. It is very simple, but it will give a very messy. But if you are doing the same thing in Lagrangian Euler with a computational, this would be having a partial and time derivative, so which is actually like confusing. But in this case, it is not at all like that. Only thing, it would be involved a cross product, but it can be easily applied in a real-time control. But people are really interested to have a closed form solution, but if you are actually like even trying to do in you can say a numerical approach, still this is actually like very easy to implement. So in the sense, you can see that there are two popular methods, and you can actually like see what that each method is actually like applied. So in the sense, in the next slide set, I would be showing that what is Euler-Lagrange or Lagrangian-Euler method all about. And the next part, I would be talking about Newton-Euler and along with some example. With that, I'm actually like stopping this part 1, and we will come back with part 2 in the next slide set. Thank you.